M0FXB, welcome to my channel. So we've got the Anytone 878 Mark II, the new model. So we're going to, we've looked at it already and the firmware is up to date. And I can show you how we did that. We went menu, down to settings, device info, and radio, and then go down. And we are on version 201B, which is the latest version. And so Martin Lynch, if you look on their site, is where I got the radio from. They had it in stock. Hopefully they still have. It says here they have, and it's the 18th of May. So if you want the software, just click here on their site, like so. And then the one you want the CPS, because we're not worried about the firmware. So double click for the CPS, double click, and it will open up the CPS that you need. Now, there you go. Next, next, next. Create desktop. Yes, next. There you are. Finish it, and it will launch it. So, I'm going to read from the radio. We've got the cable connected. I'll put a link in, but you need to make sure you've got your GD32 driver downloaded first. I'll put a link of a video how to do that. So let's just read from the radio just to make sure we're communicating. So to check our device manager, right click on the Windows squares, device manager. When you've got the correct port, and it will say GD32 virtual COM port, and it's given me number 5. So we just go setcom number 5, click OK, and then we will read radio. Click OK. Well, you might as well put digital contact list, but I don't think there is any. So yeah, so that read really fast. Okay. Yeah, so at least we're the same as what's on the radio now. Click OK, and I could even, if I want, go digital, get my radio ID. Let's get my DMR number and my call sign in there, so it's otherwise it won't work on DMR too. So double click. So you're basically selecting radio ID list. This comes up 2341437 is my DMR and M. And if you're watching this and you're not licensed, you won't be able to use the radio, the DMR part of this radio, or any ham bands without a license. So yeah, give it a go. Try and get your foundation. So let's just make sure that's in properly. M0FXB. Okay, and then we can send that to the radio. Write to radio. Click OK. Okay. So we haven't really got a code plug yet. So I don't think this would accept one of my code plugs because it is a different code plug. So I got a feeling I'm going to have to ask Martin Lynch if they've actually got one, then I can tweak it. I could write it from scratch, but I'd be here all day, wouldn't I? So let's pause for now. Yeah, as far as I can see, I haven't got a code plug ready made for the new model. So at the moment, I'm going to just import things separately. So I'll import them, and as I do and it works, I'll turn on the video. Yeah, so that works. So what I did, I went Tool, Import. Okay, gives me that warning. I went to talk groups, like so. Then I went to the file. These are talk groups that I've exported using the export option. And I double clicked talk groups here and clicked open, and it's given me my talk groups, and they're in there here. So that's good. So now let's try digital contact list. So let's find it here. Contact list. Contact list. It should be this one. So I'll double click it. And look, it puts the list there. Then I'll put import. And it says complete. Okay. So digital. This is my talk groups that I've got in here so far. Okay. Receive. Let's have a look. Here's contact list. Nothing in there at the moment. Radio ID. Zones. Right, let's just keep trying. I'm going to try and import some zones. So we'll go import. Get the usual warning. Then we'll click zone. And we've got these exported files here. So again, I'll just tell you, go to your code plug and at the select tool and export. And then you can choose what you want to export and save it somewhere. And then you come here and then you import. So it's long-winded until we get a ready-made code plug. So we wanted zones. So we'll click zone and then we'll click import. Click OK. Now the idea now is that we've got zones. So let's have a look where our zones are. I can't really see any zones. Zone, channels, there's channels. Can't really see zones. Roaming zone. I was definitely doing something wrong. Right, so I can't get a I can't get a code plug, so I'm going to make one from scratch. Right, so we've gone into zones. We've created 3 zones. You click on zone, double click zone. Okay. Add any channel for now. And I've created one for my open spot, one for PyStar, and one for analog repeaters, because really that's all I really use. We'll just do this for now, and then if we do get a code plug that we can tweak, we'll get it. So now we got to just go into those channels. So let's create a channel. Let's just do talk group 9 and talk group 91 for each one. So I'll leave these first channels. I'll leave them for now. I'm just going to start on channel number 9. So first one, my PyStar code plug is 431.550. Oh, I put that in the wrong place. 431.550. 431.550. Okay, so we've got the frequencies of my hotspot in. We're going to call it PyStar because that's the hotspot that it is. Digital, power at home, I think medium for home. All this looks fine. And then we're going to worldwide. Oh, it has got the contacts in there from that earlier import. So that worked if you were watching that. Thank God for that. So it makes it easier. Right. Talk group 9 local. Do that, and we'll do it we'll do that on slot 2. So simplex. We don't have to do anything else, I don't think. Slot 2. Better call this one PyStar and give it TG9. Otherwise, we're not going to know what it is. Click OK. Right. Then we'll just copy and paste that. Copy, paste underneath. But this time we want talk group 921. So we'll go like so. And we will go talk group 91. Which I think is near the bottom. 91. There it is. And we'll just call it here 91. Now, that's it. Same frequency, same everything, but we changed that to talk group 91. Again, we'll use slot 2 for now. Click OK. So we've got 2 channels. We'll go back to the zone that's called PyStar. Right, we're not going to set up all the zones now. We're just going to set up a couple. So you get the radio working. So right, we got PyStar and that, and so we'll click OK. Now what we'll do, I will set up an analog channel now, just so you know what it's like. So we've already created the name. We go back to channel, click underneath here, and we're going to do GB3WR. So we'll name it GB3WR. Put the frequency as 145.600 is receive. 145.100 is transmit. Oh, I typed that wrong. I will say that the only way to really learn how DMR works is to write a code plug from scratch. And then anyway, analog, we'll do it high power because I'm normally outside trying to access that. CTCSS is just the encode one here. Choose CTCSS 94.8. Click that. So we don't have to do any of the digital stuff. So that's it. We're all sorted there. Click OK. Now we still need to put that channel into our zone. Click zone, click analog, and go find GB3WR here on the left. Click it across. Then the 3 one, just send it back. We don't want that. So this is what we're going to have showing. So Click OK, and then we'll save that. It's called 868 Final, which I don't really know why. I think I'll save it as another file. Save as, and we'll go to my Anytone file, and then we'll save it here, and we'll change the name to 878, and I'll put a couple of lines afterwards. Save. Right, okay, that's better. I know where it is now. Right, so then we're just going to go into some of the optional settings, because at the moment the radio keeps turning off. So what we might even import a picture in there as well. So let's go to, I think it's called Other Settings, Optional Settings. There you are. Now this is all boot up stuff. So power on. We're going to put custom picture in there because I'm going to add a picture. So when it starts off, we're going to turn this to on, and that way we can choose where it boots. So we want it to boot on talk group 91, and we want it to, on the analog, we want it to boot on GB3WR. I'll tell you what I might add. I'll click OK for now, and that is I do use All Star a lot. My node, so I'm going to get that in there, I think. So channel, new channel, double click. My All Star node is on 434.550, made by G7RPG. 550. We'll call it All Star. I'll call that one All Star 2. And it's analog, so FM, normal FM. We'll use that a lot, so we'll keep it on mid power, which is plenty. We don't need to do the digital side, but we do need to put the right tone in, and his one is 77. Go like this, CTCSS, and then choose 77. Click OK. And then what I'm going to do is create a new zone, call it All Star. I'll put both my nodes in there eventually. All Star. And then we'll send that channel I just made across there, and we'll click OK. So, got a few people calling through there, and I might... Sounding good. Right, anyway, so back to optional settings. So we want it on power on to boot up onto my, not to my All-Star node. So what we're going to do, we're going to choose All-Star. And underneath that, we can choose the channel 2. There's only one in there. So it's going to boot up on the A band, talk group 91. That'll be connected to my hotspot. Don't think we haven't tested it yet. So, and then where's the display? We want the timeout to go a lot longer than that. Brightness, that's fine. Auto backlight duration. I want it on all the time. Always. There you go. I don't think I need to change anything right now just to get this thing working. Click OK. Now let's see if I can bring in a picture. So we go Tool, here, Tool, Boot Image, there it is. Open an image. Now I'll find one that I like. Now that's not on it. I might do those screens as well while I'm at it, but first of all we're going to find an image that I like. So let's go to my old 878 file. There's some images here. Let's try that. All right, that'll do. That's just so we got something to look at. It's not an 878, is it? Come on, let's just do it for fun. Click right. Okay, and that writes it to the radio. And when the radio reboots, which you should see, yeah, it will. And then I'll send everything I've done so far as well. Watch it boot up, and it should have that image on the front. I didn't, but maybe I've got to select it again. That's okay. Let's just click. Let's close it a minute. A minute. Let's just send everything to the radio. A minute, right to radio. Click OK, that we've done so far, including digital contact list. Now, if it goes on forever, I'll pause it. Digital contact list is quite long. Now I need to get the CSV file in there as well, and that does take a while. Now that's worked, so click OK. So the CSV file is, so you know when you're listening to the radio, and you see all the names and the call signs and the DMR numbers and all that. That's what the CSV file is in. So it's actually really important to get that in there. Oh look at it booting now. It's got that image, which I quite like. Okay. And it'll build, if you look on the A band, it's got my hotspot and it's receiving talk group 921 already. You can't hear it because the programming leads in. So already we're getting there. So let's try something else. So what was the next thing? We're going to try and get in that CSV file. So we'll go Tool, Import, get the warning. Now we're looking for the talk group. Where is it? The CSV file. Receive group core list. Is that it? Need to remember myself. You've got the radio ID list, zone, scan list, address book, talk groups, digital contact list. No, we know it's not that. We've gone that. Receive group core list. Is that it? Because sorry, it's been a while. So I'm going to click that. And look, there's a CSV file here that I could use. Now, when's the date of it? 13th of the 5th. That's 5 days ago. So I could use that one, but the one that I used the other day, which was really good, was actually called... Let me have a look. It was called... Let me go desktop. 878. Too many radios here. No, it wasn't that one. It was called user. Sorry about this. Here it is there. User CSV. Let's do that. Now that was a really good one. Everything was working. So we'll go import. Now this might take a while, so I'll pause. Right, it didn't work on the bringing in the CSV, but that's fine. We're still playing. So we're going to do one of these standby backup pictures. Open an image. Let's go. Let's just select one of these. Click and click right. See what that actually does. That's gone in there. It's rebooting. See what it looks like. Not sure if that's going to put it on the display or the boot up. No. I want to put in one of those customized pictures, but I'll do that later. So, next thing we're going to do is try a different one. And then I think that's enough for this video. We can do some more videos afterwards. So we'll go import. Click OK. Then we'll go receive group core list. And we'll try... See this one here? Receive group. Let's double click that. And let's click import and see what it does. Okay, well it seems to have done that. So optional settings. No, let's keep going import. Start. Import. Let's try none of this. Talk groups, scan list. See if it gives us one. Nope, nothing there. Zone, I think we've done zone, haven't we? We've done zone. Radio ID, can't remember if we did that. Let's do it and see if it does it. Import. I think we've already done it. Yes. Let's close it. We don't want to do that one. So, file, import, export. Got that. File, import. Okay. So we need to basically find a CSV list, don't we? Channels. Anything with channels? Here's a channel one. Let's do it. Import. Ooh, that looks like it's going to be a long one, so let's see how that works. Might get some of my other channels on there as well. Import complete. Let's have a look at the channels. Well, I can't see loads of channels. Ah, there you go. Loads of channels now. So the channels are in there. So we're getting there. I think we're going to pause and just find a CSV file that will go in. There's bound to be one. So we're going to pause now. Right, we decided we're going to change some of the colors as well first. So let's go to optional settings. We're going to go to display. Let's shoot, it's all white and stuff. Let's do loads of funky colors. Channel name color. Let's do red. Receive, backlight, delay. Not worry about that. B channel name color. Let's do green. Zone channel. Do blue. And turquoise. Okay, let's click OK. Let's send that to the radio. Right to radio. And when it boots up, it should all be multicolored. With a bit of luck. And then we're going to go off and find this CSV file. Right, click OK, and I'll let you see it in color, and then we'll pause again. So we've got boot up screen, we've got some stuff in there. Martin Lynch have messaged me, and they are working on a co-plug, so I'll be able to do that later. But did you see then? It was all color. So let's just pause for now. There you are, look at that, all nice and color, very pretty. Don't recognize that frequency though, I must have typed that wrong. So, yeah, interesting. So anyway, don't worry, I can mess with that. So click 4 for pause. I've noticed if I want my standby back picture to come on, what you got to do is select custom one, click OK, and then we'll write that to the radio. And in theory, once that happens, when it boots up, now I'll use one of the other custom ones. Let's just see if this works. Let's turn this down. I've got too many radios again. In theory, once it goes across, click OK. When you see the frequencies in a minute, you're going to actually see this picture that I uploaded in the background. Not that one, that's the boot up picture. See it in the background? That's the picture that I uploaded. Now, the custom ones they give you look like this. I'll show you. So we go import. So standby back picture, open image. Now, the file that you get with all the firmware has all these in it. So let's go to it. Let's go to the images. See these? These are the common ones. You choose the one you like, but the one that everyone chooses is this one. So we click OK, and then we click write. Click OK. It'll write it. Click OK. Now we might have to actually write everything to the radio again. It'll boot. And it does look very smart. I mean, I've put my picture on there in the past. So there you are. There's, see the custom back pitch, and it sort of tallies up with the menu and the zone and the list. So that's the one I'll leave on. So there's another bit of interesting stuff. We're just focusing now, trying to get my thing we're on now is still the CSV list. It won't go in. It keeps coming up with an error. Yeah, so it looks like it's doing it. So let's just let that keep going. And when it's full, we should have all our CSV contacts on there. I did just click import. It just took me a couple of clicks to do it. So I'll come back to you in a sec when the CSV file is on there, and then we can actually see if we can give the radio a test. Right, okay. So it says it's complete. I'll click OK. And then I've still got this error at the end. Went all the way to the end, and so I'm going to now send it. It says import incomplete. I'm still going to send it to the radio. Right to radio, but this time I'm going to click digital contact. I'm going to click OK. Now, if it's really fast, then I don't trust it. If it takes ages, yeah, that's now taking a bit longer, which is what I would expect. So after this, we'll just show it working. We'll try and get a contact on talk group 91. And then I'll end the video. So you can see what you do if you can't get a code plug and you've got to do it from scratch. It's doable, and you can actually learn such a lot writing it from scratch. So we're just going to do this last bit. Let this load up, and then I keep saying we're going to end the video, but we're getting close. And thanks a lot for watching and bearing with me. I've only just got this radio, but it's it's the best DMR radio out there by far. Now, I will say that the 868 and the other 878, whether it's Bluetooth or not, they're still very, very good radios, and I've still got my 868, which I'm very 50-50 about selling, because I know how good they are, and well made, and they don't cost much. So, I'm still deciding, but right now it's working. So we're going to have our contact soon. Right, so I'll just end by saying that it's now working. It's showing all the contacts now, so that did work in the end. Yeah, it's a bit glitchy at the moment. I'm sure that they'll iron it out. And Martin Lynch have said they're going to send me a code plug once they've got one. So 7.3, hope this helps you just get your 878 Mark II new model going. 7.3, all the best.